my name is Rebecca Shaxted and I work for a company called Cato, and I'm here with Helen Witcher from the Education People. Now, we are doing some sessions around apprenticeships, and today's session focuses on applications. We've put some questions out on social media and asked for you to feedback with your top questions. We've chosen 3 today that we will be answering.
So the first question we've got today is, how many apprenticeships can I apply for? I would say, as long as a vacancy is right for you and you feel like you'd be really good at it, then go for that opportunity. That might mean that you apply for multiple vacancies. The more opportunity you give yourself and the more applications you make, the more chance you've got of getting an interview, as long as those applications are really good quality. What would you say, Rebecca?
Yeah, I'd completely second that. If you get as many applications in as possible, I'm a very strong believer in there is nothing better in an ego boost than turning some opportunities down. What it will do is it will enable you to be able to make a more informed choice once you've got more offers on the table.
Another thing I would say also is, if you're looking into the world of apprenticeships, just make sure you have a backup plan, because employers will hire all year round. So you may be looking at a certain time of year that your perfect vacancy isn't there right now. So as long as you're making multiple applications and you've got something to do in the meantime, then you're good.
Okay, so our second question is, can I apply for everything? And my personal answer is definitely yes. As I said in the first question, I'm a strong believer in giving yourself as many options as possible. Now, what I'm talking about is applying for sixth form, applying for college, applying for university, applying for apprenticeships, full-time work, whatever it is, making sure you're getting those applications in, because once again, there is nothing better than turning something down. But also, when you are applying for those apprenticeships, sixth form, college, university, especially those formal education routes, it's a long time before you find out where you're actually going to be or where you're going to be going, and your opinions might change. And if you're dead set on just going to college and you only apply for college, you might find that later on down the line you've cut your nose to spite your face. So I think it's really important that you do have a look at every avenue and look at the opportunities within it, and hopefully find something for you in all of those pathways. How about you, Helen?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think even if you're dead set on one route, so let's say you're dead set on going to college or you're dead set on going into an apprenticeship, make sure you're aware of all the ways you can apply. And as you said, get those applications in early. Make sure you know the websites to look at. Make sure you know if your school's got an application system that they use, or if there's a university application you need to use. Make sure you know kind of where that is, how to use it, and you check things like opening dates for applications, closing dates for applications is the most important one, the grades that you need. Make sure you're on track. It's really important to give yourself multiple options, and we'd always recommend that you make backup plans, because the vacancies that you might be looking for, as I said in the first question, they might not be there for you right away, and there's no reason why you can't change your mind as well.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so the next question today is, how can I apply? So there are a variety of websites that we would recommend. The first one, the go-to one, is the Find an Apprenticeship website. That's the government website. There's loads and loads of vacancies on there. There's easy ways to search. It's a really good place to get started. Another one I would recommend is Apprentice Kent. So we'll put the link of that at the end of this video. You can go there for kind of hints and tips, vacancies, and there's also a help button on there that brings you through to a support service. What would you say, Rebecca?
I would definitely second both of those, especially the Find an Apprenticeship website, as that does have capabilities to kind of create an account, upload your CV, but they've also got alert settings. So if you are somebody who is taking heed of our advice and you are applying to colleges, sixth forms, university alongside those apprenticeships, if you set up those alerts, it will just make your life that little bit easier instead of having to go onto the Find an Apprenticeship website kind of every day. Apprentice Kent is definitely perfect. It's got that one-to-one kind of advice and guidance around as well, alongside their vacancies. And I would also recommend the UCAS area for their apprenticeships, because they do now have a tab and a drop down where you can source apprenticeships, especially for those higher in degree. So to round off today's video, we've just got some top tips that we want to share around apprenticeship applications. So some of my top tips is, always do your research, understand what an apprenticeship standard is and what that means, also what levels you are looking for when you are applying, and the terminology that they use within that, and also to know where you can go and get advice and guidance around your applications. How about you, Helen?
Yeah, so my top tips would be read the job description carefully. Make sure you're mentioning those keywords, key skills that they want as an employer. And as you said, Rebecca, get everything checked, get lots of help. There's loads of support out there for you, either from friends and family, school, tutors. Both of our organisations are available to help. So take that help and you should be fine.
So following on from what Helen's just said, yeah, definitely like the Apprentice Kent website where they previously mentioned, where they've got that help button where you can go and speak to someone directly. You can speak to the National Apprenticeship Service. All you've got to do is a quick Google. They've got a helpline, they've got email addresses, they've got social media. And I mean, my biggest thing is always look at your resources. So for me, if I looked at resources, I would mention something like Amazing Apprenticeships.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and please find loads of helpful links at the end of this video.